The map illustrates Europe's long history of armed conflicts. Numerous points on the map represent various wars and battles. The high density of these markers indicates frequent engagements. This visual representation emphasizes Europe as a continent with a rich and turbulent past. European history is marked by numerous wars and conflicts. These conflicts have resulted in immense human suffering. They also cause significant economic costs across the continent. World War I and World War II are prime examples of the devastating impact of these wars. Medieval Europe was characterized by a high degree of political fragmentation. The continent was divided into numerous principalities, duchies, and city-states. These entities were frequently engaged in conflicts over land and power. This constant warfare and division defined much of medieval European history. Post-World War II Europe was marked by widespread urban destruction. The economies of many European nations were severely impacted. Germany was divided into occupation zones controlled by Allied forces. Initial plans included the deindustrialization of Germany to prevent future aggression. These occupation zones were managed by different Allied powers. The division and deindustrialization plans aimed to rebuild Europe under new terms. Data visualizations effectively illustrate the severe economic downturn in post-war Europe. Key indicators include soaring unemployment rates, reflecting widespread job losses. Numerous bank failures highlight the instability and fragility of the financial system. Widespread hunger underscores the urgent need for reconstruction and stability to address basic needs. The Marshall Plan was a U.S. initiative to aid Western Europe after World War II. It provided significant financial assistance for rebuilding economies. The aid aimed to restore industrial and agricultural production. A key goal was to prevent the spread of communism by fostering economic stability. The plan played a crucial role in the post-war recovery and political alignment of Western Europe. The Schuman Declaration aimed to prevent future wars in Europe. It proposed unifying the coal and steel industries of European nations. This unification was intended to foster economic interdependence and reduce conflict. The Schuman Declaration is considered a foundational step towards European integration. The European Coal and Steel Community, ECSC, was the first supranational institution. The ECSC was formed by 6 founding countries. These countries included France and Germany. Italy, Belgium, Netherlands, and Luxembourg were also founding members. The ECSC aimed to integrate the coal and steel industries of its member states. Coal and steel were vital for economic development and military production. Control over these resources significantly impacted industrial and military capabilities. Limiting access to coal and steel hindered a nation's ability to rearm secretly. Monitoring coal and steel production served as a key indicator of military buildup. The Treaties of Rome were signed in 1957. These treaties established the European Economic Community, EEC. The EEC aimed to create a common market among its member states. This was a key step towards European integration. The EEC is founded upon the principle of 4 freedoms. These freedoms are the free movement of goods, people, services, and capital. Free movement of goods allows products to circulate without tariffs or restrictions. Free movement of people enables citizens to live and work in any member state. The EEC is designed as a peace project achieved through trade and economic integration. The organizational chart illustrates the structure of key EU institutions. These institutions include the Commission, the Council, and the European Parliament. The chart outlines the relationships and hierarchy among these bodies. Each institution has specific roles and responsibilities within the EU framework. Understanding this structure is crucial for comprehending EU governance. The chart provides a visual aid to clarify the functions of each entity. The Maastricht Treaty marked a pivotal moment in European integration. It effectively transformed the European Economic Community, EEC, into the European Union, EU. A key component of the treaty was the establishment of a monetary union. This monetary union paved the way for the introduction of the euro as a common currency. The treaty also deepened political integration among member states, expanding cooperation beyond economic matters. The euro was introduced as a unified currency in 2002. This marked a transition from various national banknotes. The introduction of the euro aimed to simplify trade and economic activity. It fostered greater economic integration among participating European nations. The 2004 EU expansion marked a significant increase in the Union's size and influence. 10 Central and Eastern European nations joined the EU in this expansion. This expansion dramatically increased the EU's overall population. The inclusion of these nations also significantly expanded the EU's internal market. The 2004 expansion reshaped the political and economic landscape of Europe. EU expansion led to various economic effects across member states. Wealthier Western nations experienced benefits from the expansion. These benefits included access to cheap loans and expanded markets. Open markets provided new opportunities for Western businesses. Access to skilled labor from Eastern European countries also contributed to economic gains. Data visualizations highlight the disparities in economic outcomes following EU expansion. The Greek debt crisis exemplifies the challenges faced by weaker Eurozone economies. Greece's experience highlights the risks of adopting the euro without adequate economic preparedness. The crisis illustrates the potential for massive debt accumulation in vulnerable economies. This situation underscores the importance of fiscal discipline and economic convergence within the eurozone. Economic sovereignty refers to a nation's control over its own economic policies. A key aspect of this sovereignty is the control over its national currency. The introduction of the euro involved a transfer of economic sovereignty. This transfer occurred as member states adopted a common currency managed by the European Central Bank, ECB. With the euro, individual nations relinquished control over their monetary policy. This meant a loss of the ability to independently set interest rates or devalue their currency. The EU provides economic benefits to its member states. Large multinational corporations are major beneficiaries of the EU. Export-oriented economies, such as Germany, also benefit significantly. These beneficiaries experience economic growth and market dominance within the EU. EU laws and regulations provide a binding framework for member states. The European Commission initiates and proposes EU legislation. The Council of the European Union, composed of member state governments, amends and approves laws. The Court of Justice of the European Union ensures consistent interpretation and application of EU law across all member states. Data visualizations effectively illustrate economic disparities within the EU. These visualizations highlight the inequality between richer and poorer regions. The disparities reflect significant differences in economic development. These differences in economic development directly impact living standards. Therefore, visualizations serve to underscore the uneven prosperity across the EU. Debt crises can lead to the implementation of austerity measures. Austerity measures often involve cuts in public spending and tax increases. These policies can trigger social unrest due to their impact on citizens. Examples include protests and demonstrations against economic policies. Population pyramids are visual tools used to represent the age and sex distribution of a population. In developed EU countries, population pyramids often illustrate demographic decline and aging populations. These pyramids highlight a shrinking base, fewer young people, and a growing top, more elderly people. This demographic trend underscores the potential need for migration to balance the workforce and support social systems. Labor migration involves the movement of workers from one region or country to another. This movement often results in economic benefits for both the sending and receiving countries. Western Europe benefits from the inflow of labor from Eastern Europe, filling labor shortages. Eastern Europe benefits from remittances and reduced unemployment as workers migrate. The EU represents a compromise among its member nations. Member states collectively achieve more within the EU than they could independently. This enhanced achievement comes at the cost of some national sovereignty. The EU functions as a balancing act between collective benefit and individual nation control. Each member nation must weigh the advantages of EU membership against the concessions of autonomy. There are inherent tension points between national and European interests. These tensions manifest in areas like tax policy and budgetary control. Regulations and migration policies also represent significant tension points. These areas often involve conflicts between national sovereignty and European integration. The global economy is undergoing a significant transformation. Competition between China and the United States is a key factor in this transformation. This competition presents challenges for the European Union. Understanding these challenges is crucial for the EU's future economic strategy. Technological disruption, particularly automation, is significantly reshaping European labor markets. Automation leads to increased efficiency and productivity across various industries. This shift necessitates adaptation and innovation to remain competitive. Certain jobs are becoming obsolete due to automated processes. There is a growing demand for workers with skills in technology and data analysis. Continuous learning and upskilling are crucial for European workers to navigate these changes. The EU's green transition focuses on shifting towards a sustainable and environmentally friendly economy. Sustainability goals aim to balance economic growth with environmental protection. A key challenge is reconciling economic development with ecological preservation. The transition involves adopting policies that promote renewable energy and reduce carbon emissions. These policies also support the development of green technologies and sustainable practices across industries. Europe is experiencing significant demographic change due to an aging population. This demographic shift presents unique challenges for the workforce. An aging workforce requires specific policy interventions to ensure sustainability. These policies aim to support older workers and promote their continued participation. Addressing the needs of an aging workforce is crucial for Europe's economic stability. Populism and Euroscepticism are on the rise within the European Union. This trend signifies growing political divisions among member states. Euroscepticism challenges the fundamental principles of European integration. Populist movements often advocate for national sovereignty over EU governance. These divisions pose significant challenges to the EU's cohesion and future direction. Several potential future paths exist for the European Union. These scenarios include deeper integration among member states. Federalization represents a move toward a more unified EU structure. Reform options involve adjustments to existing EU policies and frameworks. Exits, as demonstrated by the United Kingdom, are also a possible outcome. Relocating to an EU country involves careful consideration of various factors. Tax implications in the destination country should be thoroughly researched. Climate preferences play a role in selecting a suitable location within the EU. Language proficiency or willingness to learn the local language is crucial. Understanding the labor market and migration policies is essential for successful relocation. The European Union is characterized as an ongoing experiment. This means the EU is not a static or completed entity. The EU requires continuous adaptation to meet evolving challenges. Reform is a necessary and inherent aspect of the EU's structure. The experimental nature implies a willingness to learn and evolve. This ongoing process ensures the EU remains relevant and effective. Peace is achieved through sustained cooperation and collaborative efforts. This involves the consistent work of institutions dedicated to fostering peace. Compromises are essential components in resolving conflicts and building consensus. Reforms are necessary to address underlying issues and promote long-term stability. Endless negotiation is a key process in maintaining dialogue and preventing escalation. These elements collectively contribute to a symbolic representation of peace through ongoing cooperation. The pre-EU era was marked by frequent wars and conflicts across Europe. These conflicts resulted in widespread devastation and loss of life. The formation of the EU fostered cooperation and integration. This unity has led to a period of unprecedented peace and prosperity. Economic interdependence within the EU is characterized by the flow of goods and services between member states. These trade routes facilitate specialization and efficiency in production. Member states benefit from access to a larger market and diverse products. This interconnectedness fosters economic growth and stability across the EU. Cultural exchange involves the interchange of ideas, traditions, and values between different cultures. These exchanges promote understanding and appreciation of diverse perspectives. Cultural integration facilitates the blending of different cultural elements within a society. This integration can lead to a richer, more inclusive social environment. Within the EU, cultural exchange and integration foster a sense of shared identity and collaboration. The EU implements various environmental policies to promote sustainable practices. These policies aim to reduce pollution and protect natural resources across member countries. Green initiatives encourage renewable energy adoption and energy efficiency. Sustainable practices are integrated into agriculture, industry, and urban planning. Digital transformation involves integrating digital technology into all areas of a business. This integration fundamentally changes how businesses operate and deliver value. Technological advancements are the driving force behind this transformation within the EU. These advancements foster innovation across various sectors. The EU is actively promoting digital transformation to enhance competitiveness and growth. EU member states collaborate to enhance healthcare standards and research. This cooperation fosters the sharing of medical knowledge and resources. Joint research initiatives drive advancements in medical treatments and technologies. Shared data and expertise accelerate the development of innovative healthcare solutions. The collaboration aims to improve healthcare outcomes and accessibility across the EU. Student exchange programs are educational initiatives designed to promote cross-cultural understanding. These programs involve students studying abroad in a host country for a specific period. The primary goal is to foster intercultural competence and global awareness among participants. Educational collaborations between institutions facilitate the exchange of students and faculty. Participants gain exposure to different educational systems, teaching methods, and academic perspectives. These experiences contribute to a broader understanding of global issues and diverse cultural norms. The EU is actively developing interconnected transportation networks. These networks aim to seamlessly connect various EU countries. Improved connectivity facilitates smoother international trade within the EU. Enhanced transportation infrastructure also promotes easier travel between member states. This development fosters economic growth and strengthens EU integration. Security cooperation focuses on collaborative efforts to enhance safety within the EU. Border control measures are implemented to manage and secure the EU's external frontiers. These measures aim to prevent illegal activities such as smuggling and human trafficking. Cooperation includes sharing information and coordinating law enforcement activities. The ultimate goal is to ensure stability and protect the interests of EU member states. Innovation hubs and R&D initiatives are key drivers of economic growth within the EU. These hubs foster collaboration between researchers, businesses, and entrepreneurs. R&D initiatives provide funding and support for cutting-edge research and development projects. These projects aim to create new products, services, and technologies. Ultimately, these efforts contribute to increased competitiveness and job creation in the EU. EU energy policies prioritize renewable energy sources for sustainability. These policies aim to promote energy independence within the EU. Renewable sources include solar, wind, hydro, and biomass. EU initiatives support the development and integration of these sources. Agricultural policies within the EU are designed to ensure stable food production. These policies aim to support farmers and promote sustainable farming practices. A key objective is to guarantee food security for all EU citizens. Various mechanisms are employed, including subsidies and market regulations. These measures help to stabilize food prices and ensure a consistent supply. The EU also emphasizes the importance of food quality and safety standards. Social welfare programs in the EU aim to reduce inequality among citizens. These programs also focus on promoting social inclusion for all residents. Support systems are designed to provide assistance to vulnerable populations. The EU's social policies strive to ensure a minimum standard of living. These initiatives help to create a more equitable society across member states. EU social welfare programs address various needs, including healthcare and education. The EU legal framework is designed to ensure fairness and accountability across member states. It establishes a system of laws, regulations, and directives that govern various aspects of life within the EU. The framework aims to promote justice, protect fundamental rights, and maintain the rule of law. Accountability mechanisms are in place to hold individuals and institutions responsible for their actions. The European Court of Justice plays a crucial role in interpreting EU law and ensuring its uniform application. This comprehensive system is essential for maintaining stability and trust within the European Union. The EU's future hinges on continued cooperation among member states. Deeper integration is crucial for addressing global challenges effectively. A unified approach strengthens the EU's position on the world stage. Collaboration fosters innovation and sustainable progress within the EU. Thank you for watching. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Tell us in the comments what surprised you the most in this video, or what you found the most fascinating. If you enjoyed this video, Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Many more thrilling, shocking, and mind-blowing stories are coming soon.